See how you fared. And remember, be honest. Just be honest. Most of you, if not all of you, are really good at that. Okay. First things first, we enter all of this into our calculator. What does each number represent? It's the daily new cases of COVID, right? So all of these are case numbers. Oh, let it go. Let it go. There we go. Thank you. So these are all case numbers. Okay. Over 14 days. So basically, you want to enter all of this into L1. You just have to go one variable stats moving forward if you're using one variable stats. It says calculate the mean number of COVID cases over the 14 days, show work here. You can confirm with a calculator. So what I mean by that is, because in grade 12, even on the provincial exam, you get to use your calculator, but you have to show us what you did to get there. So today it's fine if you just have the answer, but I'm going to show you what I mean. I didn't talk about that yesterday, but if you run your one variable stats, I don't know if you see the sum of x. This 4767 is what you would get if you were to add up all of these values. So to get your mean, just show me the 4767 divided by, we're dividing it by 14 numbers, right? 14 days. And then write down the 340.5. And this is actually cases. Okay? That is your unit. So you'll only use units, you will only lose it once. You won't lose it every single time. So just make sure if you don't have cases, you put units. So this is the work, okay, that goes with it. Oops. And this is your answer. In statistics, it's okay to state something that is discrete as a decimal. It's okay to do that because this is a measurement, okay? So we're measuring, so for example, let's say you do the same for another 14 days and you get 340.8. Technically, the number of cases has slightly increased, okay? So we actually keep it that way, yes? Today, you get 1 mark for that, yeah. But please try to do this step and then the answer. Next, write down the data points in ascending order. So, of course, you go to show your work, right? Sort in ascending order, L1, and then you just write them down, okay? So, I need to sort mine. You go over here and you just write them down in that order. I'm just going to trust you that that's what you did today. I'm not actually going to write it out. Most of the time I won't ask you to do that, but we're still in the learning stages. So I just need the numbers all arranged from smallest to largest. So basically 175 should be your lowest and 421 should be the highest, right? So that's something I'd be looking for. Next, determine the median number of cases. So again, one variable stats. The median is 362.5 cases. So you get a mark for that, okay? You get a mark for 362.5. What does that tell us, right? Half of the time there are more than 362.5 cases, and half of the time fewer cases. Okay. Something like that. Half of the days there were more, half of those 14 days, and half of those 14 days there were more. Okay. Determine the mode. The mode here is 371 cases. Okay, so that is basically just looking at your sort it, I would say sort. You don't have to do this necessarily, but that is a bit of a hint. If you look back at this, I sorted and went through my L1. The range of the cases, for the range, you just take the highest, which is 421, and subtract the smallest, which is 175. Is it 421? What happened to my key? My key says 415 is the highest, but that must be a mistake. So that's 246. 246 cases is the range. And here's where Ontario, right? Ontario's range for the same period is 1,000 cases. So if they went max minus min, they have 1,000 instead of 246. Explain what it tells us about the dispersion of the case numbers in Manitoba compared to Ontario. A greater range indicates that data is more spread out. That data or cases are more spread out. Okay? So that is kind of what first of all, the noting that it's a greater range and that it is spread out. So 2 marks there for that. Same could have been said about standard deviation. If I never asked you for standard deviation today, but if you had figured out the standard deviation for Manitoba, and then I gave you the standard deviation is greater for Ontario, you still make the same conclusion, right? Range and standard deviation are very closely related. Now we do our line plot, and I should have done this ahead of time, but I feel like I'm going to try to help you as much as I can because I know this is so 170. This is 150, so 175 is right there. 268 is 250. 270 is right about there. 281, 299, 305, 329, 354, 371. So 371 shows up 2 times. Okay, so that should have it should have 2 there. 385 is right about there. 399, and sometimes it's a little hard to make sure it fits perfectly, so make sure you erase if you need to. 407, 421, and that's it, right? And so this is your mode. So 1 mark for having the points where they belong. You get a mark for that. And I'll give you 1 mark for labeling everything else. So where's our mean? Our mean is 340, so 340 is right about there. That's our mean and mode, and the median is 371, so it should be, mode is 371, median is 362, so somewhere there is the median. Okay, and then we'll go cases. Okay, number of cases is the other label. So labeling everything is 1. So labels 1, and then points with the scale. I helped you out with the scale today, would be another mark. Okay. So let's add everything up. You know what? Yeah, we're going to leave it like that. So this is 2. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we are out of 11 as is. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes, we're out of 11 as is, and then we're going to do our bonus. So put a mark out of 11, and then you'll just add the bonus to it, okay? over here. The bonus is as follows. The easiest one to start is start with the median, because what is the median? The middle number. This is an odd number of values, so that one should go right there. I'll be generous today. You get a bonus mark for this one. You already get 1 mark, just for the 5. And then we want the mode. That's the one. This one I would do second. My mode is 4. So I just need to make sure 4 appears most often. So I will just do this, 4 and 4. Okay. Then I tackle the median. Sorry, the mean. My bad. Mean is 6. How do you get your mean? You add everything up and you divide it by the number of values, right? In this case, 5. Okay. So what you need to ask yourself is, if you want your mean to be 6, there's going to be a sum, right? And this is 5. Okay. So we need to figure out, what is the sum going to be? Like, what do these numbers add up to? So you multiply, you go 5 times 6. So you want the sum of all values. You need this to add up to 30. Because if this adds up to 30 and then you divide it by 5, you get 6. So to make all of this mess a little cleaner, every time you do this, you look at your mean, just multiply it by the number of values you're filling in every time. Okay? So this is supposed to add up to 30. And then you ask yourself, how much do I already have? Like, this is supposed to be 30, so I have 4 and 4 is 8, and another 5 is 13. So how much more do I need this to be? You go 30 minus 13, this should be 17, correct? So think of 2 numbers that add up to 17. That's basically, they have to be greater than 5. Because remember, 5 splits this so that there's 2 less and 2 more. You have numbers 1 to 10 to pick from. So this could be 8 and 9. 8 and 9. You could do 10 and 7. 10 and 7 would work as well. So I give that as your option there. That's basically all you have. 6 and no. Those are your only options. If you don't, then you start messing with the rest, all the other requirements. So start with your median. Make sure you get your mode in. And that'll allow you to already say, okay, I already have whatever this adds up to, and then find the rest to fill in there. So you get a bonus of 3 if it works out. If it works out for you. Okay, bonus of 3 marks. So we go to the top. Basically, you could score 14 out of 11 if you got the 3 bonus marks. So make sure that your total that you got includes the bonus already. Okay? All right. And then once you've done that, if you